Good evening and welcome to the Senior Awards Night 2013. Thank you to all the families and the dignitaries that are in attendance tonight. I see Representative Broder out here. I see Mayor Dolan came in over here, and if there's anyone else out there, welcome. Thank you. Tonight we celebrate academic excellence as well as special achievement awards. I would ask that you hold your applause until all the recipients are announced and are recognized with their awards. To begin tonight's program, I'd like to introduce Ms. Melito to present the Fine Arts Awards.
Hi, I'm not real good with these things. Usually my voice goes out by itself. Anyway, for excellence in fine art, visual art that is, first I'd like to introduce, and again hold your applause, Emily Keene. Emily Keene. Maybe I should read them a little bit quicker. Hold on. Otherwise we're going to be here all night. Dakota Peterson. Kevin Carmichael for photography. Oh, that was loud. And Chloe Mack. Last but certainly not least, Christopher Tolley for the Art Department Award All-Round Artist, Photographer Extraordinaire. Up next is Mrs. Weeks from the Music Department. Have a wonderful evening.
It is my pleasure to present the Music Department Awards. We have students from chorus, orchestra, and band receiving these awards, and we are so proud of all of their hard work throughout the years. Many of these students have been playing their instruments for 10 years. Orchestra, Evan Anderson. Claude, hold your applause, please. Orchestra, Jonathan Heath. Orchestra, Jessica Horn. Orchestra, Jamie Zajac. From the band, Julia Fountain. From band, Emily Heath. From band, Sean Pelrine. From band, Carlos Vivas. And the following students are from our chorus. Brittany Brannock. Rachel Brown. Michaela Connolly. Raquel Doucette. Sarah Reed. Amanda Rosa. And Carly Hutchinson. Our next award is for performance in musical theater productions. Sarah Reed. And we have one award for a music student that all of the music faculty agree upon as our Music Department Award for 2013, Evan Anderson. And now, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Talbot from Thornley.
Good evening. The study of a second language is essential in our increasingly global community. Often one doesn't realize how important it is to be able to communicate and to understand other cultures until such a moment presents itself. This proficiency does not come easily and requires persistence, dedication, and courage. These qualities, fostered by continued foreign language study, are the same qualities required for success in life. In an effort to prepare our students for this reality, Melrose High School has a 2-year foreign language requirement for graduation. The students we are about to recognize, and their families, have dedicated themselves to the study of second language and culture and doubled the minimum 2-year requirement. We are proud of these persistent, courageous global citizens and honored to acknowledge their discipline tonight. Joining me in celebrating their achievement tonight is Ms. Bauer's Italian teacher. For achievement in French, would the following students please rise when I call your name? Just rise. 4 years of French study. Quinette Asia, Zeke Boehner, Andrew Burke, Catherine Dresky, Sarah Durand, Mohammed El Sweeney, Raina Frank, Madeline Frasca, Andrew Frederick, Samuel Jean-Gilles, Lauren Kershaw, Sarah McGowan, Betty Ann Richardson, Charlotte Rogers, Sapna Sakar, Mualia Trumi, and of all of these students, the French award goes to Jessica Horn. Jessica, can you please come forward? Thank you, please be seated. For our German students, 4 years of German, will you please rise? Gordon Bergeron, Richard Bradford, Brendan Davies, Julie Eustace, Sarah Graham, Dakota Peterson, and the German award goes to Ashley Dorlando. Ashley, please come forward. And now Ms. Bowers will present the Italian awards.
Lindsay Bright, Nicholas Campbell, Amy Carroll, James Carson, Caroline Casey, Alex Podmachini, Thomas Corby, Avery Cross, Sydney Doherty, Nicole Doucette, Evan Federico, Joseph Gilardi, Daniel Griffin, Jonathan E., Natalie Kendall, Shannon Lahee, Jonathan Leonard, Mary Madigan, Shane McKinley, Shannon Moreau, Elio Nato, Ashley Newman, Morgan Phipps, Lauren Pareca, Brian Reale, Sarah Reed, Alyssa Warama, Jamie Zayak, and the Italian Language Award goes to Brittany DiNocenzo.
For 4 years of Latin studies, will these students please rise? Ashley Baldwin, Brooke Bell, Olivia Downey, Gabrielle Fox, Andrew Harding, Sarah Hatfield, Brenna Hurley, Devin High, Rachel Johnson, Christina Levina, Sarah McDonald, Kelly McGilligan, Cameron McGuire, Charles Steele, Janier Ward. And the Latin award this year goes to Betty Richardson. Betty? And finally, our Spanish awards. Will these Spanish students please rise? For 4 years of Spanish, Trisha Elves, Alyssa Alameda, David Andrade, Ria Bayusep, Ariel Brown, Rachel Brown, Caroline Butts, Carol Canlis, Sharon Cheng, Timothy Cobo, Alana Colombo, Michaela Conley, Emmeline Duck, Alexandra Foley, Alexandra Grady, Emily Heath, Amy Howland, Caitlin Igo, Colin Joyle, Sarah McDonald, Casey McVigar, Chloe Meck, David Mendelson, Michelle Miranda, Amelia Ragun, Amanda Rosa, Chantal Saye, Allison Schwartz, Bianca St. Fleur, Joanna Stanton, Danielle Taylor, Carlos Vivas. And the Spanish award goes to Raquel Doucette. Raquel? Will all the 4-year language students please rise again? All the 4-year language students, thank you. We invite all of you to meet us at the front of the stage. The Foreign Language Department has a certificate for you and a token of our appreciation. But among all of these fine candidates, it gives me great pleasure to present the Foreign Language Department Award to Betty Ann Richardson, student of French and Latin. Betty Ann. And now I'd like to introduce Ms. Angela Singer to present the awards for English Language Arts. Ms. Singer?
Good evening, everyone. In English language arts, we are the servants of the word. And these exceptional students on the stage tonight are all mostly masters in their English classes. But we have chosen a few students tonight to mention particularly for their superior work in English. As Zora Neale Hurston famously penned, ships at a distance have every man's dream on board. And these students tonight have not only recognized the dream, but have achieved them. Could you hold your applause until the end, please? For excellence in theater arts, Lena Frank. For excellence in journalism, Andrew Gore. For excellence in English honors, Sydney Doherty. For excellence in creative writing, Raquel Doucette. And for excellence in college preparatory English, we have a three-way tie. Aideen Seldal, Morgan Phipps, and Caitlin Igo. Our overall achievement in English award goes to Ms. Alexandra. I would like to invite up to the microphone Mr. Brian Corrigan, Social Studies Department Chair.
The importance of social studies education has grown in an increasingly globalized world. The recently released draft of the College, Career, and Civic Life Frameworks for Social Studies Standards states that students today must be aware of their changing cultural and physical environments, know the past, read, write, and think deeply, and act in ways that promote the common good. Teachers in social studies are tasked with preparing students to be global thinkers, culturally sensitive, and educated and active citizens. Melrose High requires that students take history courses freshman, sophomore, and junior year. Yet, out of a senior class of 230 students, seniors occupy 290 seats in social studies elective courses. These courses span the gamut of the discipline, include anthropology, sociology, psychology, economics, legal issues, history through film, and sports and society. We'd like to recognize 4 seniors for their achievements in psychology, anthropology and sociology, and history. The department would like to recognize 1 student for her achievement in psychology. She continually demonstrated excellent understanding of the major concepts and theories of the course, along with a strong desire to learn. She earned a 99% average on all 4 quarters and on her mid-year exam. The department is proud to present this award to Avery Cross. To present the awards for anthropology and sociology, please welcome social studies teacher Scott Santos.
not good talking in front of people this big anyways. Let me just say, I've had this year I've got close to 100 of your kids and my kids as students. I'm proud of every one of them. They've done a phenomenal job this year. I've had kids this year, close to 10 or 15 that I wish I could present this award to, but 3 had averages over 98. They are Renaissance persons, and I'd like to honor these 3 with my book award. Avery Cross, not here. Sarah Reed, and Emily Heath.
Finally, the department would like to recognize one student for her achievement in history throughout her 4 years at MHS. She's a dedicated student of the social studies and extremely hard worker. In addition to excelling in her coursework, which included Advanced Placement U.S. History, she has demonstrated a strong interest and desire to pursue the study of politics and international relations at the next level. The department is proud to present the History Department Award to Alexander Foley. Please welcome Department Chair, Ms. Christina Cardella, to the stage.
Hello, good evening. We would like to honor 3 of our students who have demonstrated excellence and outstanding effort in math. Their achievement and effort have been recognized by their teachers. These students go above and beyond what is expected. The 3 students well deserving of this award are Natalie Kendall, Charlotte Rogers, Betty Ann Richardson. We would also like to recognize 2 students for their exceptional achievement in mathematics. These students excel in mathematics and are 2 of our highest achievers. They have shown their passion for mathematics and their ability to succeed at any challenge. The 2 students well deserving of this award are David Mendelson and Alex Foley. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Shea, the Science, Business, and Technology Chair, to join me in presenting our STEM Pathway Awards.
One of the most rapidly growing career paths is STEM, for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This year, we began a STEM pathway. Our pathway requires students to complete coursework, STEM-related community service, and a comprehensive portfolio. Their achievements were presented at our recent STEM night. In our inaugural year, we recognized 3 seniors who completed the requirements.
Amanda Fountain, Rachel Brown, and Ashley DeOrlando.
The departments of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Business represents a diverse group of fields. We would like to recognize students who have achieved and excelled in these areas. The award for excellence in the physical sciences goes to David Mendelson, Alex Foley, Julia Fountain, and Peter Roth. The award for excellence in the biological sciences goes to Casey McVicker and Mary Madigan. The award for excellence in the environmental sciences goes to Charlotte Rogers and Madeline Fresca. The award for the student with the overall exceptional achievement in science goes to Ashley DeOrlando. In the area of excellence in technology and engineering, we would like to acknowledge an award Andrew Harding, Peter Roth, Ashley DeOrlando, Alex Galakis, and Paul Paoni. The award for excellence in business and accounting goes to Quinn Beeler. And for the student who represents exceptional achievement in business and accounting, Carol Canlis. The members of the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Business departments, Ms. Scott representing the department as well, acknowledge the efforts of these students. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Anthony D. Benedetto to present the awards for TV production.
Not used to being in front of the camera. Usually we're in the back. I'm going to try projecting because this is off. In video production, usually if you go unnoticed, that means you're doing your job well. So to give these guys some recognition for the hard work they've done and the amount that I've had to lean on them as a first-year teacher, not just to Melrose, but to the profession, speaks a lot to their technical abilities and quality as people. So I would like to first present the award in excellence in TV production to Sean Kiernan. And I would like to present the award for exceptional achievement before I get to the name. Number one reason he's getting this award is he helped do a project, and the person we did it for was the iRaters, and they described the video as professional quality, which to me really, really means a lot. So I'd like to give this award to Mr. Tommy Stanton. And now I'd like to introduce the Director of Comprehensive Health Education, Ms. Pat Riviera.
Good evening. I guess we'll use the gymnasium voice today. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all of the award recipients and the future recipients of tonight's program. The first award will be for nutrition and professional foods. This student gained self-confidence in food preparation. Additionally, she has improved her knowledge in the study of nutrition and simple food chemistry. This year's senior award is presented to Ms. Charlotte Rogers. And now for the Wellness Senior Award. Each year, the wellness team gets together. Wellness is a course that blends the disciplines of health and physical education. The wellness team selected a male and female student who demonstrated a healthy lifestyle which will improve their quality of life as they venture out of MHS. This year, the recipients are Miss Morgan Phipps, and Mr. Drew McCormick. I'd like to introduce the English language learning teacher, Ms. Carla McCoy.
Hello, this is the award for English language learners. You can imagine how difficult it would be to come to this country at any age and try to succeed academically. But for students who come when they're older, middle school or high school, it's exceptionally difficult to learn a new language while learning the content of all the classes at the same time. So this student has stood out in our program. He learns from his mistakes and he makes the change for the next time. He has served as a role model for the other students to look up to. And it's been an honor to be a part of his journey. This award for excellence in English language learning goes to Jamal Chapey. And up next we have the class advisors, Ms. Carrie Scott and Mr. Tim Daly.
When these students signed, got their classmates to sign their papers and lead this class, I'm not sure exactly if they knew what they were getting themselves into.
They had no idea the hours, the work, and the number of Mr. Daly's rants that they would be in for.
But these individuals have really stepped up over the last 3 or 4 years and have really led this class to some greatness. So we're going to say all their names and ask them to stay up front. So class president is Sarah McGowan. Class treasurer Andy Driscoll.
Class secretary Morgan Phipps.
And school committee representative Madeline Frasser. Next up is Miss Scott again.
So who does not want to spend their April vacation building a house, sleeping on a linoleum floor, and hammering nails for 6 hours a day? 4 young ladies did, and I commend them. It was a really long week, some of it in the rain, but they helped build a house, we put up a roof, and I think it's something to be really proud of. So I'd like to have Jamie Zajac. Trisha Elves. Miss Rebecca Mooney is here to present the award for Melrose Alliance Against Violence.
Good evening. The Student Action, is this working or not? Yeah, great. The Student Action Board is a group of 19 peer leaders that work here at the high school to educate their peers on the topics of teen dating violence and sexual assault and to promote healthy relationships. The group was started in the year 2000, so we've been going for 13 years, and it's a partnership between the Melrose Alliance Against Violence and the high school. And the group is co-advised by myself, Lauren Doherty, wellness teacher, and Joe Perillo, guidance counselor. So I'd like to call forward our 7 graduating seniors: Ashley Baldwin, Shannon Laheb, David Mendelson, Betty Ann Richardson, Tim Sutton, Danielle Taylor, and Zeke Feiner. Some of the students have been in the group 2 years, some have been in 3 years, and they've done many, many different things, helped galvanize their peers to participate in our walk, educated their peers, again, on the issues of teen dating violence and sexual assault, and probably most importantly, has served as role models to their peers, often serving as bridges between peers in need of help and adult support. I also have a special award to give out tonight. Rita Downey was a founding member of the Melrose Alliance Against Violence who passed away in 2009. Rita was a passionate advocate for victims of domestic violence and worked tirelessly to promote social justice throughout her life. In her honor and her memory, I would like to present the 4th annual Rita M. Downey Award for Social Justice and Scholarship to a Melrose High School senior who embodies those same qualities of compassion, determination, and leadership by example. This student is a superstar. He was involved in all of the activities that I mentioned before and also served as a student representative on our board of directors and Safe Steps for Teens Task Force. He and I had the privilege and honor of speaking at the White House this year, and people on a national stage got to see what I see every day: his incredible insight, thoughtfulness, and caring. It is my pleasure to present this award to Zeke Feiner. And now I'd like to introduce Mr. Tim Daly, who will present the Drama Award.
These 3 students have been in drama for all 3 years, and they've survived me killing them on stage in various shows, so it's kind of interesting to see. Thank God. All right, so for drama, we have Caroline Butts, Emily Heath, and Sarah Reed. Next up, we have Lisa Donovan.
Good evening. I'm here to recognize the 9 graduating seniors who have been part of the peer mediation program for over 3 years. So when I call your name, if you could please come forward, and if you could hold your applause until I've called the last name. Thank you. Daniel Eichenberger. Andrea Larson. Sarah McGowan. Shannon Monroe. Betty Ann Richardson. Sarah Reed. Bianca St. Fleur, Gabby Simmons, and Carlos Vitas. And now I'd like to welcome Mr. Tim Morris to the stage.
Thank you. I want to congratulate the entire class. I think this is a great class, class of 2013. I'm here to present the Fred Green Award. Fred Green was a young player on the 1946 undefeated championship football team. This team didn't play a game at home all year. The field was being renovated, so they played all their games on the road. But they went undefeated. Fred Green was a young player on that team who got into a game late in the season, but he was seriously injured, died a few days after that game. The Green family started the Fred Green Award. It's been given every year at graduation time since 1947. It's given to a senior who's earned good academic standard, displayed sportsmanlike conduct both on and off the field, and received a letter in football. So, I mean, that could be a lot of our guys. We had a very good team, great kids on our team. The seniors were, provided great leadership. But this year's recipient, we thought was truly a program guy. He did everything we asked of him. Just a great work ethic in the off-season. He played 3 sports: football, wrestling, track. He, I think he played outside linebacker, inside linebacker, defensive end. He finally landed at defensive tackle and started as a regular starter this year for the first time. Did an outstanding job. We had a pretty good defense. He's a kid who's a great teammate. I think that's very important, and a great friend to those teammates. A kid who we're going to miss a lot in our program, And it's my pleasure and honor to present the 2013 Fred Green Award to Joe Scozzero. And our athletic director, Pat Ruggiero.
First of all, what a year in athletics. And that's to the credit and hard work of all our student athletes and our coaching staff. I mean, you've left a mark here that's unbelievable. In girls indoor track and both and outdoor track, we are going to receive league championships. We had a state championship volleyball team. Our tennis team are now the league champions. So again, I congratulate all of you on your efforts, and again, what a class. You've left your mark, believe me. The first award is the Outstanding Female Student Athlete. She has captained 3 sports. Her athletic awards include All-League, Middlesex League Championships, Division III State Champion, and Middlesex League MVP, coupled with qualifying for national competition in track. She is in the process of completing her outdoor track season, where I am confident that she will receive all league and state recognition. This year, she is a nominee for the prestigious Richard J. Phelps Award. Academically, she is ranked in the upper third of her class, a leader in our school, on the field, and in our community. This year's recipient of the Outstanding Female Award is Miss Olivia Downey. And Olivia will be attending Merrimack this year. And now on to the Outstanding Male Student Athlete. He has captained 2 sports, where he has earned All-Star, Eastern Massachusetts All-Star Selection, All-State Selection, All-Scholastic. And he is placed in the sectional, as well as becoming a state qualifier in wrestling. Presently, he's ranked 7th in the senior class, and is also a Richard J. Phelps nominee. He's an active member on our Student Action Board, which mentors younger students toward recognizing healthy relationships. This year, he had the opportunity to speak at the White House, where he described what respect looks like in a relationship. Upon graduation, he will attend McAllister College. May I present this year's Outstanding Male Student Athlete, Zeke Bain. Mr. Bob Savarino and Mr. Steve Fogarty for Community Service Awards.
Good evening. A few years ago, I came across an interesting quotation about community service. It was on a college website, and the author was not named, so I can't give the appropriate credit. So I won't get in trouble with the English department over here. This thing was smiling at me. The sentence, to me, perfectly described the importance of community service. It said, very simply, you cannot do all of the good that the world needs, but the world needs all of the good that you can do. The students being recognized tonight, 19 of them, have been doing a lot of good in their part of the world. The school requirement, as you may know, is 48 hours in order to get a diploma from Melrose High School. Students being recognized tonight all did over 300 hours of community service during their high school careers. And a few of them even doubled that. And I'll mention their names specifically when we get to them. Along with receiving their Melrose High School certificate, their names have been submitted to the President's Volunteer Service Award Program, which is a national organization that recognizes individuals in their communities who do outstanding work in the area of volunteerism. With that, they will receive a certificate from that organization, a gold pin symbolizing their 300 hours, and a letter from the White House. A little disclaimer, some of the students, believe it or not, did not get all of their paperwork in, letting us know that they had done over 300 hours on time, so that their names did not get submitted to the national organization in time enough for us to get their personalized awards back. Their names have been submitted, and they will be receiving them as soon as I get them delivered to me, with Mr. Fogarty's assistance. And definitely hold your applause, please. Topping the list, and I'm going to do this alphabetically, but she happens to top the list with the number of hours. At over 700 hours, Tricia Alves. Christopher Bertoli, Joshua Cunningham, Nicole Doucette with over 600 hours, Julia Fountain, Christina Giordano, Andrew Harding, Emily Heath, Jonathan Heath, Jessica Horn, Caitlin Igo, Christina Lavina, Allison McKenzie, Sarah McDonald with over 600 hours, Casey McVicker, David Mendelson, Jordan Robbins, Ashley Tippett, and Jamie Zajac. While Mr. Fogarty's finishing up, one statistic I always like to add at the end is the cumulative total of their efforts. Just under 8,000 hours of community service during their high school career. Congratulations, everyone. Next up is Mr. Croston from the Guidance Department.
Good evening. Good evening. On behalf of the Guidance Department, I would like to congratulate each of the award winners tonight. Class of 2013, over the past 4 years, your individual and collective accomplishments have made us all proud to share in your educational journey. We wish you the very best in the years to come, and we thank you for your dedication and service to our school community. It is my honor tonight to present the 2013 President's Education and Excellence Award, which honors students around the country who have met very strict criteria as reflected in their grade point average, standardized test scores, and teacher recommendations. This award is meant to recognize outstanding educational achievement among the young leaders in our nation's schools. When I call your name, please stand and come forward. I will ask the audience to please hold your applause until I've read all the names. And after you're all up here, I will read a letter to you from President Barack Obama. Timothy Kobow. Brittany D'Innocenzo. Ashley D'Orlando. Raquel Doucette. Alexandra Foley. Gabrielle Fox. Emily Heath. Amy Howland. Natalie Kendall. Sarah McDonald. Casey McVicker. David Mendelson. Amelia Reagan, Betty Ann Richardson, Sarah Reed, Adine Sandal, Zeke Viner, Alyssa Warama, and Jamie Zajac. Congratulations. I will now read to you a letter from President Barack Obama. Please accept my congratulations on receiving the President's Education Award. I am pleased to join your family, friends, and teachers in recognizing this tremendous achievement. Nothing will have a greater impact on your success and the success of our nation than the knowledge and skills you gain in the classroom. Your future is in your hands. And as long as you stay focused on your studies, there is not a single thing you cannot accomplish. By earning this award, you have shown the discipline and drive to excel academically, and I encourage you to carry those qualities forward in all that you do. Congratulations again. I applaud the example you set for students across our country, and I wish you all the best for the years ahead. Signed, President Barack Obama. I have your certificates, and I will distribute those to you after the ceremony. Thank you very much. Congratulations. And at this time, I turn it back over to Mr. Fogarty for the Claude Croston Award.
Thank you, Mr. Buxton. Claude Croston, longtime coach, teacher, principal of Melrose High School. Longtime friend of the community of Melrose. Paid a visit last week into the Hall of Fame dinner. The team that he coached 1963 and 64 was inducted together. Claude Croston was about family and friends. Claude Croston was about celebration. Claude Croston was about education. The Claude Croston Award goes to a student that overcomes personal improvement, someone who made gains on the situation that they were dealt, a student that has overcome adversity and made a positive contribution to the school community afterwards, a person who has learned from their previous existence, and a person who has given back. The 2013 Claude Croston Award goes to Samuel Jean Gilles. This plaque here will hang in the lobby of Melrose High School with Samuel's name. You can come back and visit anytime you want, Samuel. Our next presenter is our principal, Miss Mary Ann Farrell.
The Massachusetts Secondary School Administration Association, MSSAA, presents the Student Achievement Award in recognition of outstanding contributions to Melrose High School. This year's recipient has always volunteered for any project presented and spent most of his time last summer helping to prepare for the opening of school. I am pleased to present the Student Achievement Award to Andrew Hardy. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Savarino to come up.
I'm going to start things off for the Peter Garipay Award. Peter's a long-time teacher and administrator here in Melrose. He was a friend and mentor to many, including myself. his legacy very clearly was one of helping anybody who needed help. His door truly was always open. He would do anything he could for the students in the high school, whether it was school-related or home-related. He would do anything he could for any families in Melrose. And there are untold stories of all of the good that Peter did in the school and in the community in his almost 40 years, I think, of being here in Melrose. When he passed away in October after a battle with cancer, there was an amazingly overwhelming turnout of people for his services. And everyone had Peter Garipay stories. Most of them were funny, but most of them were also of stories of how he helped somebody. And I got to speak to a lot of the former students of Peter's. And two things that I remember very, very clearly from talking with all of those, not kids anymore, most of them, talking with all of those young people. Their stories always began one of two ways. It was either Mr. Garipay helped me and my family so much, and then they would go on in detail about how Mr. Garipay had helped them, or the second option that I heard all the time was, if it weren't for Mr. Garipay, and then usually, and Lisa's nodding, usually they would go on to tell a story about how Mr. Garipay had straightened them out, very gently, but very firmly, and set them on the right track, and how much better they are doing in life now because of Peter Garipay. He truly was an example of doing all the good that you can do, as I mentioned earlier tonight. I would like to introduce two of Peter's sons, Mark and John Garipay, to come up and make the presentation of the Peter Garipay Recognition Award. Thank you.
First, let me take this opportunity to congratulate all the students that are present tonight receiving awards. It's a testament to all your hard work over the past 4 years. I'd also like to thank Principal Farrell, Principal Fogarty, and Principal Savarino for giving our family the opportunity tonight to present the Peter Garipay Recognition Award. I'd also like to thank former Principal Dan Burke for creating this award and recognizing our father's accomplishments over his career. I'm sure that there are many people in the audience here tonight that have never met Peter Garipay. So if you can just give me a minute, I'd like to just tell you a little bit about him. He was a lifelong resident of Melrose, graduating from Melrose High in 1958. He started working in Melrose in 1965 and became assistant principal at the age of 28, a position he held until he retired in 2001. He was a Red Raider in the true sense of the word. He was very active in the community, always going the extra mile, helping and encouraging people. He had a reputation of doing everything possible to help someone succeed, whether it was a student, former student, parent, family, or teacher. Over the past few years, my brothers and I started to hear stories from former students and parents of how he helped them through difficult situations, whether it was academic, social, or family. He was a great listener. He would give honest advice, even if it was difficult to hear. He was tough but fair, and he always built you up before you left his office. He always offered a hand and never said no. The students called him Gappa or Mr. Gappa, and he called them his superstars. I can say this now, he would say working with his students was the easiest part of his job and definitely the most enjoyable and fulfilling. He would always say there are no bad students, just an occasional bad decision. He did everything he could to help students. If you needed a recommendation, if you needed encouragement, if you needed lunch money or ice cream money, or if you needed help with a summer job, his door was always open. He took his job seriously, and like today's educators, the job did not end at 2:30. The Peter Garipay Recognition Award, to go the extra mile, is awarded to the student who best represents honesty, integrity, and a willingness to go the extra mile to help the school community and fellow students. This year's recipient certainly embodies all of these qualities. This student's accomplishments include freshman orientation leader, director, choreographer of the Mr. Melrose pageant, member of the school policy and program committee, assisted with the Melrose Arts Festival, was a member of the student government, was a representative on the Melrose School Committee, was one of the captains of the cross-country team, and volunteered at many school and community events. It is our honor to present this year's Peter E. Garipay Recognition Award to Madeline Frasco.
I would like to congratulate all the students for all their successes now and in the future. I would like to say thank you to Kerry Scott, Tim Daly, Diane Carpenter for putting the program together tonight. I'd also like to thank the MHS PTO that is going to have a nice little reception outside for you after the program. So again, thank you for joining us for this special evening, and please do join us for refreshments. Thank you again.